All right.
Beginning countdown.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, rather had fun on Yagi. Her pop on, drive out and riding bars. Honeyberry, counting dogs. I do what I wanna do. Good night, Mooney, what? None and cool. Gucci, my man, just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Yeah. Baby, let me welcome to my palace. Tatiana Ellis, you just keep on wonder. You just keep on wonder.
And welcome back to the Germantown campus of Montgomery College, and we are into Game 2 of our doubleheader as Roten leads it off for Garrett with a single to left field. And we told you they're not going to waste any time here. They're going to get right back to baseball, and sure enough they did as Roten hit the first pitch from Sawyer, who is back out there to start Game 2 for the Raptors, and he's on first base. And that brings up Aquendo. So for those of you just joining us, the Raptors took the first game 7-1. Rather convincingly, Garrett took an early lead, but the Raptors came back. There's a ball gets away, and Roten cruises into second. That's going to be a pass ball. As so the Raptors took the first game 7-1. Very important win for the Raptors. Now puts them ahead of Garrett in the Region 20 D2 standings. So let's see if we can set the lineup for you for the Raptors. Behind the plate is Burns, Dan Burns. Pitching, of course, for the Raptors is Derek Sawyer. At first base again is Will Burgess. Second base is Matt Kaifa. Shortstop is Van Rosenbaum. The third baseman for Game 2 is Will McDonald. Elias Rosario is back out in left. Trey Mason in center. And in right field is Andy Rivera. And there's a ball hit all the way to the wall. Roten comes in easily to score. So Aquendo with an RBI double. So just like that, Garrett jumps on top. 1-0. First two batters up. That brings up Schmitz. Schmitz was 0 for 3 in the first game. I'm sorry, 1 for 3 in the first game. This is Game 2 of a doubleheader. We had two rather lengthy delays, rain delays in the first game. And once again, I am joined by my partner, Andre Anderson. Andre, haven't been able to give you a chance to say hi. And there's a wild pitch.
Yeah, both these games have been real close together. First game finished, and they just started the second one. So guess my chance to say hi is now. Hello.
So with the wild pitch, Aquendo moves up to third base. There's a bouncer to third, McDonald to first for the out. And Aquendo cannot score. Ideally there, Garrett wanted to hit that ball to the right side, but instead they hit it right to the man on third, and he didn't have a chance.
Yeah, and those plays are difficult. As the ball bounces right before you try to catch it, It's not easy at all, so that was a very good defensive play
by McDonald. Will McDonald is a sophomore out of Silver Spring. And up now is Cannell. Jacob Cannell. He was hitless in the first game. 0 for 3. And that ball gets away, but Burns keeps it in front of him. So 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Again, Raptors taking the first one 7-1. There's a hard hit ball out into left field. And Rosario does cut it off, but nonetheless, Cannell glides into second base with a double. And Akendo scores.
Yeah, all the hits have been going to the left-hand side of the field, so a lot of these pulled hitters, and it looks like they are going to talk to Sawyer, see what's going on.
Now, for those of you who did not join us, we for the first game, as we told you, there were 2 rain delays in the first game.
Yeah.
The Raptors' starting pitcher in the first game was Jared Hurlburt. He did come out after the first rain delay, pitched a couple more innings, but did not come out after the second rain delay, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Considering he had thrown a fair amount of pitches, and also he's coming back from Tommy John surgery, and the Raptors are being careful.
Yeah.
So, Derek Sawyer, who is starting the second game, actually finished up the first game.
Yeah.
Pitched 2 strong innings and retired the last 6 batters that he faced, including striking out the side in the 7th inning. So Garrett did get a chance to see him.
Yeah.
And he has thrown 20 to 25 pitches. So right now he's struggling with his control a little bit.
Not to mention he also played in the field in the first game as well.
Yes, he did. And he was on base quite a bit. So that wild pitch there allows Cannell to go to third. Still with just 1 out. And Padgett is up. We did not see Padgett in the first game. Jonathan Padgett is a freshman, and we were talking a lot in the first game about how there are quite a few Florida players on this team, and he is from Jacksonville, Florida. 3 wild pitches in the inning, and he walks another batter. So not a very auspicious beginning for Derek Sawyer here in the second game. Still just 1 out, and that brings up Hallenbeck. Hallenbeck was 1 for 3 in the first game. That was the first walk so far this game for Derek Sawyer, but he has given up 3 very sharp hits. One and one the count. to first. Back easily. There's a strike. Now it's interesting, the umpires did not change positions. Usually you'll see the two umpires switch from home plate to infield, but not in this case. Ground ball is short, Rosenbaum to second for one, back to first, not in time. And Jacob Cannell scores. That makes it 3-0, Garrett.
2 outs. Sawyer is going to try to look to end the game, or the inning, top of the inning here soon.
And he's facing Lawrence, Stephen Lawrence, who did not play in the first game. Stephen Lawrence is from Pennsylvania.
That was a close one. But they called it another ball. 3 balls, no strikes.
That's on the corner.
There we go. This is where the batter usually stays pretty patient when he's up in the count like this with 3 balls. He's like, all right, let me see what the pitcher's going to do.
And throw over to first. Back in there. Had to dive back in there for that one.
I ain't got none now.
Closer.
Pop up.
They pop up to second. Haifa under it, and he's got it. And that ends the top half of the first, but not before Garrett puts 3 on the board. So after a half inning of play, Garrett on top, 3-0. We're going to keep it right here as the Raptors come to the plate. And the starting pitcher for Garrett is going to be number 21, Colby Schmitz. He played third base in the opener, but he will be on the hill to start this game. Schmitz has a record of 2-3 on the season. Pitched 38 and 2/3 innings. Has an ERA of 5.12. Appears to have had a little bit of control problems, Andre. 36 strikeouts versus 44 walks. So we'll see what the Raptors can do with that. He's also given up 31 runs on 31 hits.
Wow, okay.
So that's where the walks come into play.
Yeah.
However, he's got 2 complete games. So he's been a bit of an innings eater for the Lakers. He's actually tied for second on the team with the starter from the first game, Colin Cottrell. Both have pitched 38 and 2/3 innings to lead the team.
And on top of that, he is one of the leaders in batting on the team as well.
Yep.
Most home runs.
Yep.
The most stolen bases. I believe he is he's in third place when it comes to doubles as well. So.
And he leads the team in steals.
Yeah. So.
With 15. So, very valuable member of the team for Garrett. So he is going to face Elias Rosario. Rosario in the first game had a double and scored, a walk and he scored, and he got on a error. So he was on all 3 times up in the first game. 2 hits and then on via a error. He hit that hard shot to the shortstop that just ate him up.
Up six.
Whoa.
Little low bridge there for Rosario. Elias is a sophomore out of Lanham. And it looks to me like Schmitz throws pretty hard. That's about, we don't have any scouting report on him.
And that's low.
And he walks the leadoff hitter. Just like
Sawyer.
Derek Sawyer did for the Raptors. So that brings up Will Burgess, the leading hitter on the Raptors team. And Will had 2 hits in the first game and scored a run. Burgess came into today hitting .457. You heard that right, folks.
Yeah.
.457.
It's not a bad batting average.
No, I would say that's would pass in most leagues.
Yeah.
That's like a little league batting average.
Yeah. It's like T-ball. Well, mine would be worse, but you know.
Will is a sophomore from Ashton. I would imagine he's going to get a lot of looks at four-year by four-year schools. Inside and in the dirt. He's the only left-handed batter we've seen today so far. Inside, almost got him. So he runs the count full. Rosario on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning of game 2 of our doubleheader. Ground ball to second, goes to second,
Safe.
and he's safe. So Rosario got a heck of a jump.
Yeah, he's fast. Him and Trey Mason would have a heck of a race.
Well, he's got 7 steals on the year. And, boy, he just got a great jump and beat it because the second baseman, Akendo, fielded it very cleanly. So that's going to go down as a hit for Burris. And that ball is outside. Now this is Rivera. Andy Rivera, another dangerous hitter, hitting .352. And he hit that ball a long way, but foul. Rivera had 1 hit in the first game and an RBI and scored a run. He hit him. So Rivera hit by pitch
Yep, which now means the bases are loaded.
for Van Rosenbaum, who had a heck of a first game. Yeah, I think Rivera was more than happy to get hit by that pitch. I can't imagine it myself, but it loads him up with nobody out and brings up the very dangerous Van Rosenbaum. Had 2 RBIs in the first game. And 2 singles.
Oh.
He also scored twice. And there's nobody out.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity here.
However, Schmitz is quickly ahead 0-2. And tried to get him to chase, but Rosenbaum showing not only patience but guts. That ball was not that far off the plate. And that's going to be out of play. Foul down the right field line. Kritzky on deck for the Raptors. Van Rosenbaum was a 2-sport athlete in high school. He's a point guard for the basketball team. And that's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases full of Raptors. And inside and high. Full count. As they say, as the expression goes, there's nowhere to put them. Here comes the payoff pitch.
Whoa.
And he lines that into right center field. It's going all the way to the wall. Here comes 1 run. Here comes another. Rosenbaum falls.
Wow.
And he is hurt. He is hurt. Looks like an ankle. And that you don't want to see. It's a great piece of hitting. So he drives in 3 runs, but goes down, and it looks like an ankle to me, the way he was grabbing his leg. They're definitely working on his ankle. It could be the spikes caught in the. Let's take a look at what happened here. There's running great there.
Ooh.
He just, yeah, it's definitely the ankle.
Maybe even Achilles, to be honest.
Oh, let's hope not. He's on he's on 1 foot. And that is not a guy the Raptors, they don't want to lose anybody, obviously, but Van Rosenbaum. Yeah, it could be that he was thinking triple and then decided maybe I better go back.
Yeah, and that last step implant, maybe ankle rolled or something like that.
Yeah, I think he rolled his ankle, and of course he was tagged out. Almost sad that he had to be tagged out, you know. But he clears the bases but pays the price. So that's a tough loss for the Raptors. One of the more important players, one of the more valuable players on the team, Van Rosenbaum came in hitting .304 with 25 ribbies,
He's got
30 runs.
And then just a hit by the pitch as well.
So Kritzky gets hit by a pitch on the very first pitch. And that is going to be it for Schmitz. He recorded 1 out. And he is out of the game. And that brings in number 13, Brandon Metivier. Brandon Metivier. He is from Tarmac, Florida. But yes, the name has a definite French feel to it. And Brandon has pitched 29 innings this season. He has a record of 2-3, and he has an ERA of 6.14. He started 6 games, has 2 complete games, and has allowed 1 home run. So, boy, you hate to see that happen to Van Rosenbaum. I hate to see that happen to any player. You know, particularly this time of the season, you're getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, this is the worst time.
Andre, you were an athlete here at Montgomery College. I mean, you know that feeling. And
Yeah.
you've seen that happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's injuries, you know, they're a part of the game, but it's obviously the worst part of the game. And I feel for Rosenbaum as he's a crucial member of the Raptors baseball team. They're just starting to get on a run as well. You know, 3 runs just in that last inning, but hopefully he can recover quickly and return for the playoffs.
Let's hope so. And he was a big bat for the Raptors. Had an excellent first game. Of course, the 3-run double. It's a real shame. Anyway, that brings up Trey Mason. Raptors are not done yet. Mason had 2 hits in the first game, an RBI. Single to left, single to right, and an RBI in the first game. So Kritzky is on first after being hit by a pitch. And, you know, the next question we have to ponder, here's a pop-up, and it's in the center of the infield. Shortstop is over, and he pulls it in. Hallenbeck. So, Hallenbeck. So the next question is, who's going to go into shortstop for the Raptors?
It's a good question. It's a very good question.
So, you know, do they move Kaifa, who's at second, to short? There's a line drive. Oh,
wow.
Picked off. As Burns hit it right on the button, but the second baseman made a nice play.
And that was a long inning.
Yes, it was.
A lot happened in that inning. 3-3. Both teams definitely got some runs in there, but off to inning number 2.
Off to inning number 2. And Derek Sawyer We're going to take a real short break, and we'll be right back with the top of the second with Derek Sawyer on the mound.
Hi, I'm Tim Kirkchin with ESPN, and you're watching Raptor Baseball on MCTV.
Drangwitz.
All right, welcome back to the Germantown campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown again alongside my partner Andre Anderson with Evan Brown, our statistician, here in the booth with us. And with the injury to Van Rosenbaum, Matt Kaifa, who started at second base, has shifted over to shortstop. And in at second now is number 10, Joe Drengwitz. So Drengwitz will actually replace Rosenbaum in the batting order, I assume. So, and that brings up Lawrence. For Garrett, number 30. I'm sorry, Richie. Chance Richie. Full count. And there's a fly ball out to center field. Mason drifts over, makes the easy catch. One up, one down.
Exactly what MC's looking for.
Yeah. The last thing Derek Sawyer wanted to do was walk the leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
He didn't want a repeat of the previous inning. So that brings up Batista. Batista got on twice in the first game, once hit by pitch, the other on a walk. Yeah, a nice curveball.
That was beautiful.
For strike two. And that's strike three. So Batista down on strikes. That's 2 up, 2 down. That brings up Roten. That brings up Roten. Roten singled and scored in the first. And that's in that fair ball down the left field line. Roten's going to go to second. And he glides in with a double. That ball was just fair. That brings up Akendo. Akendo had a double and an RBI, and he also scored a run in the first inning. So the top of the order has been a little bit of a problem for Derek Sawyer so far. Of Question is, how deep will Sawyer go in this game, considering that he did pitch the last 2 innings of the opener?
Yep. And on top of that, the first inning was a pretty long one as well for him. He got a lot of pitches in there, so that also kind of extends his pitch count.
Exactly. There's a pickoff attempt. Pretty close. Made it interesting. You could see that one. There's a fly ball, deep left field, and it's gone. Akendo goes deep to left field. The ball just cleared the fence, but Rosario could not pull it back in. So Akendo goes deep, and that is his 6th home run of the season. And that puts Garrett back up on top, 5-3. So Roten now has been on twice and scored twice, and same for Okendo. And that brings up Schmitz. He was the starting pitcher, did not survive the first inning, and he is 0 for 1. Derek Sawyer thought he had strike 3.
It did look a bit inside, so I'll say a good call by the ump.
He may have been trying to sell it, too. There's a ground ball, base hit in the hole into right field. So Schmidt gets a life on the strike 3 call and then promptly singles. That'll bring up Cannell. He doubled and scored in the first inning. RBI double and scored in the first inning. So Garrett is already halfway through their lineup for the second time. And that's got to be a concern for the Raptors. Swung through that one. 2 balls, 1 strikes. 1 strike, 2 outs. 5-3, top of the second. Runner on first is Schmitz. Nice looking strike on the inside corner. And strike 3 as he swung and missed.
Got him.
So Cannell goes down on strikes, but not before Garrett puts 2 on the board on a 2-run home run by Akendo, and we'll be right back with the bottom of the second after this.
MC is defined by those who put in the work. The paths we took have been unique, but we come together with one shared mission.
If you are the first in your family to graduate, if you speak more than 1 language, if you are older than 50 years old, a military service member, an honor student, if you are a parent, please stand up and say, I am MC.
We don't just begin to be inspired by them after graduation. They've been inspiring us every step of the way.
Hey, what did Lawrence do for them his first time up? And we are back on the, look at this beautiful drone shot of the Germantown campus. Andre, were you flying that drone that day?
No, I was not. I was not.
Were you in the drone that day?
Well, you know, I might have been in the drone. I definitely wasn't flying the drone. You know, but those drone shots are beautiful.
Oh,
and our campus, all three of our campuses are amazing. So being able to see them from above is awesome.
So here we are, back at it. And back out on the mound for the Lakers is Brandon Mativier. We'll get it right. We apologize to Brandon and his parents if we're mispronouncing it, but it is Mativier, we believe. That brings up Matt Kaifa. He started the game at second base, moved over to short after the unfortunate ankle injury that Van Rosenbaum suffered.
Yep.
So Matt did come in the second game, or the first game, as a late replacement. He was 0 for 1. No action in either bullpen at the moment. This is the second pitcher for Garrett. As Kaifa walks, they'll lead off the second. And again, that's the pitcher's bane, is that walk to lead off an inning.
It's kind of been a bit of a theme in this game number 2.
Yeah, it has. That brings up Will McDonald. And Will is hitting .222 on the season. And he lines it, but the left fielder had him played perfectly. It was in the gap, but the left fielder was shading the gap and made it look routine. But I'll tell you what, McDonald hit the ball right on the nose. And that brings up Rosario. Rosario walked his first time up. And he scored. He scored on the bases clearing double by Rosario. I'm sorry, Rosenbaum. He pops it up, but out of play. Raptors with 4 games remaining on their schedule after today. The Lakers have 6 games remaining.
All of them very crucial.
Yes, but these are perhaps the 2 most. And we'll talk a little bit when we get a chance to. We'll set up the playoff situation for you again. But needless to say, these 2 teams are essentially tied for 3rd place now. Raptors actually a half game ahead of the Lakers after the opening game win. So they are now in 3rd place in the NJCAA Region 20 Division II standing. There's a wild pitch. And Kaifa easily makes it to second. I like this home plate umpire. He a lot of these guys are very full of themselves, particularly on the major league level. This guy, he seems like a real good guy.
Yeah, the main thing is it seems like he cares, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so that brings up Will Burris. Yeah, he was talking to our statistician, Evan Brown, before the game, and he told Evan that he studies game tapes. He watches his games over again because he wants to make sure he did a good job, and he says there's always a few pitches that kind of stick in his head that he wondered, okay, did I make the right call? And he'll go back and watch the replay. There's a hard hit ground ball. Oh, nice stop by the second baseman. And that saved a single and perhaps a run as Akendo, who had the 2-run homer, makes a nice diving stop.
Yeah, and he also had another diving stop earlier that was pretty good as well.
Yeah. So that is the end of the second inning, and the Raptors trailing 5-3.
You on my mind a lot, don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen, make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in, from the beat to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make the child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2, break you in, then.
And we are back on Windy Hill here at the Germantown campus of Montgomery College. And I got to say, this is a rare day up here. It's rained, but it really hasn't been windy.
No, not much wind at all.
So Derek Sawyer back out there for the Raptors. There's a hard ground ball to third. McDonald's got it. Routine play.
Great start. Great start.
And I've been corrected by our camera folks who are saying, that's because you're not out here. Apparently it's windy out there in the outfield. Oh, I've spent many of the hour out there in my full-time days here at the college. Anyway, that brings up Zachary Hallenbeck. And he hit into a fielder's choice his first time up, and he pops it out of play. And it's been chilly here today too, folks. Wet and chilly. Not a good combination for baseball. But we're getting them in, and it actually is about as bright as it's been all day. Sawyer just misses on the outside. He's not getting that corner, and boy, does he want it.
Mm-hmm. You can see that smirk on his face every time. He's like, oh,
yeah,
just right there.
He's not getting that corner. It is windy out there. I take that back. We're in the friendly confines here of this luxury booth. And that is in there. It's in the gap. He is going to second. He's going to go for 3. And he's in there standing. So Hallenbeck with a triple. And he's fired up. So a 1-out triple for Zachary Hallenbeck. And that brings up Lawrence. He popped to second. his first time up. Sawyer has thrown a lot of pitches.
He has.
A little bit outside again. He hasn't been as sharp as he normally is. He's got an excellent walk to strikeout ratio this season. But today he's just, well, at least in this second game, he's just been a little bit off. And he loses him.
Yeah, he's throwing it a bit low.
He walks Lawrence, and that'll bring up Richie. And on first and third. And here comes the Raptors pitching coach, Vince Capozza. Still no one warming up in the Raptors pen. And a meeting of the minds on the mound.
Meetings of the minds on the mound. Someone's.
And now the Raptors are getting somebody up. Good look at the Raptors brain trust there on the mound. And here comes home plate umpire Bill O'Shea saying, let's get this thing moving, guys. I've been out here all day.
Yeah. All day and a half with these rain delays.
Does Bill get time and a half? Don O'Shea, I'm sorry. Don O'Shea. Called him Bill. Might be his brother. Anyway, Chance Ritchie. With a name like Chance Ritchie, he had to be a baseball player. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's a baseball player's name.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. Chance is from Finzel, Maryland.
Yeah, can we have another, a Maryland history lesson? Where is Finzel, Maryland?
Finzel is on the way. It has an exit, I believe, or maybe just a sign on 68.
Okay.
I've never actually been in Finzel. I've just seen the sign. There's a bouncer to third, and it gets past McDonald. 1 run scores.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
As Hallenbeck comes in to score. McDonald just couldn't handle it. That's going to be an error on McDonald. Run does score. That's Hallenbeck. So now you have runners on first and second. And there's a foul ball right at the plate. This is Batista. He struck out his first time up. So Lawrence on second, Ritchie on first. Still just 1 out here in the top of the third. And 2 runs in. There's a nice curveball, but just high. Sawyer has not been real, shall we say, thrilled with the strike zone so far in his second game. And he got the corner on that one.
Yeah, so he'll take that one. But yeah, he's been throwing a bit low, or at least a bit low for the ump in this game.
He's been trying to paint the corners, and he's not been getting the calls. Meanwhile, that plate is...
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
I'm not sure. Man. Okay, there, the guy just put his bat on it, but obviously Sawyer can see it. His eyes are a few decades younger than mine. There's a pop-up. It is out of play. It must have hit the screening on the dugout over there. So Eric Batista comes in with a .314 average. Another foul out of play. On twice in the first game by population of Finzel, Maryland.
Let me guess. 10,000.
No. It is 740.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's off the glove. He tags the runner out. It hit off Sawyer's glove. And then Dringowitz, who is in at second base, picked it up and tagged the runner for out number 2. But now we have runners on first and second. I'm sorry, first and third. And that brings up Roten, who has been a real thorn in the side of Sawyer. He's 2 for 2. Ooh, boy, they had him, but McDonald wasn't quite on the base. The runner stole second with really, it was almost defensive indifference.
Yeah.
As he just, they didn't even try for Batista. Instead, they tried to pick Lawrence off third and just missed it.
This is the crucial pitch right here.
This is a big out right here with 2 runners in scoring position and a guy who has is 2 for 2. And that's got to be strike 3, and it is. That was a big strikeout. That was a big strikeout for Derek Sawyer to limit the damage. And my question is he going to come back out for another inning?
Yeah. Not sure, but we will see.
We will see. He's having a conversation right now with his pitching coach, and I'm sure that is the topic of discussion. How you feel? How's your arm? How's your psyche? And we'll find out. Anyway, we are back to action, and back out on the mound is Metivier. One of these days I'll get that right. Metivier. I need to go spend a couple of months in France.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
South of France,
Yeah.
maybe on a boat for a little bit of the time. And
Oui, monsieur. Très bien. Nice.
Nice would be amazing. It'd be beautiful.
Yeah. Paris. The River Seine. So, here we are. Ready to start the bottom of the third inning. Raptors trailing by 3. And leading off things for the Raptors is number 7, Andy Rivera. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Kind of took one for the team. And he's first pitch swinging.
It drops.
And he drops a single into center field. So that leads off the third inning for the Raptors. Base hit to center by Rivera. And that brings up Dringwitz. Joe Dringwitz is a freshman out of Gaithersburg. 259 hitter on the season. He shows bunt. He lays a beauty down. Classic, beautiful sacrifice bunt. Moves the runner up. Boy, he just made that. He made that ball die right down the third base line. And that puts Rivera in scoring position now and brings up Kritzky. Kritzky was hit by a pitch his first time up, too. He took it right in the back. Probably feel that a little bit tonight.
He's going to need an ice pack for sure.
Yep. Took it right between the numbers. There's a strike on the inside corner. Evens the count at 1. Raptors trail 6-3. They won the opener 7-1.
Oh.
And he got hit again. Are they going to say he swung? And there's going to be a conversation between the two umpires. Let's see. I don't think he swung. I don't think he swung at all. If they would like to look at our replay, we'd be happy to show it to them.
Yeah.
And they're sending him to first. All right. Here it comes again. We're going to take another look for you, folks.
I asked him, do we have a swing?
Oh, yeah. It definitely hit him. No
Right
way
now.
that bat crossed the plane. So what an odd line for Kritzky in this game so far. He's been up twice. He's been hit by the pitch twice.
That third time, I don't know if he's going to want to go back up there.
I know.
Like, man.
That brings up Trey Mason. He popped out to second base his first time up. But the Raptors now have 2 runners on with just 1 out. They picked him off. And that is a costly mental mistake there. And that's the second out of the inning. That does not make a coach happy for the Raptors. I guarantee you, the head coach for
Yeah, that's
Garrett is quite pleased. And there's a strike. So Mason in a hole here at no balls and 2 strikes. Raptors still have Rivera on second base. He's singled to open the inning. And there's strike 3, and that ends the inning. So what looked promising had the air taken right out of it with that pickoff and then the strikeout to end the inning. So the Raptors do not score in the third. So after 3 complete, they're trailing 6-3.
Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop.
And we are back with another gorgeous shot of the Germantown campus of Montgomery College. And just a beautiful campus here. It keeps growing, but it's still the right size. I mean, it's not overwhelmingly large. Anyway, back to baseball. And Derek Sawyer is back out on the mound. And we were talking to one of his teammates and find out if they were surprised that he was back out there. And he said, nope.
And look at that.
And just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out, nice easy ground ball to Will McDonald. He said, I'm not surprised because he's got the strength and he has a way of talking his way into pitching 1 more inning. So he's back out there, and I tell you, that's an efficient out. He could use a few more of those. That was a Kendo, by the way, who is had quite a game. We didn't even get a chance to run through his stats. He's had a RBI double and a 2-run homer. There's a ground ball again to McDonald, and again to first, and again an out.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah.
And that can get a pitcher going. He's like, okay, he's finding his rhythm. He's finding his groove. Yep. 2 quick outs, exactly what he wants. Can he make it a third?
Well, that brings up Cannell. He's 1 for 2. He has an RBI double, and he struck out. Also scored a run.
Oh. I had some heat on it.
That may be one of the hardest pitches he's thrown all day.
Yeah, that had heat.
There's a base hit into left field, however. And that's going all the way to the wall. And Cannell into second base. That's his second double of the game. So that extends the inning and brings up Padgett. Padgett is walked and grounded to third. Padgett is the catcher here in the second game for the Lakers. Takes a strike. One of those Florida guys that we were talking about earlier, Andre.
Yeah, I guarantee that they probably are not enjoying this weather.
No, they don't get a lot of this in Jacksonville, even though it is North Florida, but still.
A lot hotter than this.
Oh, yes. There's a fly ball into right field. And he gathers it in for the third out. And we're going to keep it right here in between innings. And so after 4.5 innings, Garrett's still on top, 6-3. And Metivier is back out on the mound for the 4th. So that was a quicker inning for Sawyer. Question is, will he come back out for another? I bet he wants to. His velocity looked great that last half inning.
And I've never met an athlete who would ever say, "Oh yeah, coach, I definitely want to come out."
Unless, of course, you do want your pitchers to be honest.
Of course.
You know, because if their arm is bothering them, it can lead. You know, if it's a little sore, a little tired, that can lead to, bigger problems.
Yeah.
So Metivier's pitched pretty well since he took over. He's for Schmitz, who started and didn't make it through the first inning. He's settled things down here considerably for Garrett, so they've got to be pleased about that. And Burns is leading off to open up the inning for the Raptors. He lined out to second his first time up. He's behind a plate here in the second game. He fouls that one out onto Observation Boulevard. Luckily, he didn't get any windshields. We've had some windshields hit out here. Also in the parking lot. Parking lot is a dangerous place here.
That's why you gotta park all the way at the top.
Yep. There's a hard hit ball. Nice stop by the second baseman, Akendo.
Wow.
And a nice scoop over there at first base by Chance Ritchie. Good play on both ends. Akendo saving another hit. Let's take a look at that.
Good slide.
And not a great throw, but Ritchie with a nice scoop off the bouncer. So good play on both ends. Hard hit ball by Burns. And that brings up Kaifa. Kaifa walked his first time up. He started the day at second base, but with the injury to Van Rosenbaum, the Raptors shortstop, he's switched over to shortstop. There's a ground ball off the end of the bat, right to Ritchie. He'll take it himself for the out. Kaifa grounds out.
Kaifa.
And that'll bring up McDonald. He flied out to left his first time up. And he hits that ball hard out to left field.
Home run.
And it is a home run. Will McDonald just lined that bad boy right over the left center field fence. It got out of here quickly.
That was much needed too.
That was a nice pick-me-up for the Raptors, and that's the second home run of the season for McDonald. And big hit. And that's the first run that Metivier has allowed. And that brings up the top of the order, Rosario. And he has walked and struck out. And he lines one down the right field line. Richie gives chase. It's in the foul territory. Nobody could get it. We can't quite see all the way down the right field line because of our sight line.
Yeah, but here's a replay of it right here. He was close.
Richie made an excellent effort, but just couldn't. He wasn't quite tall enough.
Yeah, his arm wasn't quite long enough.
Right. He made a heck of an effort for it though. So that gives Rosario a bit of a life. He fouls another one off to the right. He had a hit and scored in the first game, also a walk. Elias Rosario. And he flies out to left field.
That's a great hit.
Hits the fence. He's into second, coasting. So a double to left. He put that ball in a perfect spot. They had him shaded towards center, and he flew that ball down close to the foul line. But easy double for Rosario. So the Raptors now with a two-out double, and Will Burris up. He's had an infield single, and he grounded out. The top hitter on the Raptors team. And here's another scoring opportunity for MC. Inside and low. That was a beautiful shot we had there. Look at that. That is beautiful. Inside and low. 3 balls and no strikes to Burris. He's being careful, but he's got a dangerous hitter on deck, Rivera. Burris taken all the way. Strike 1. He's set. Here's the pitch. Inside. Good eye by Burris.
And this is big for MC right here. 2 guys on base. Andy Rivera is up. He's a power hitter. They're down by 2.
Leads the team in homers. Leads the team in RBIs.
Yeah, it's a good chance that they could do something big here.
A little conference out here. Let's see if they make a change. Doesn't appear that way. I don't see anybody warming up out there beyond the left field fence. Well, no, I take that back. There is somebody out there. We cannot make out who it is. Or they are going out there now. That's what's happening. Now, meanwhile, we are having an extended Yalta conference here on the mound. Little World War II history. Just threw that in. Since you're so interested in history, I learned. Yeah, I was there as a child. I'll never forget when Winston Churchill tipped his hat at me. So Andy Rivera here with ducks on the pond. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, 1 run in the inning, 6-4. Swinging at the first pitch. Fouls it off. Inside for a ball. So Metivier has averaged 3 innings an outing.
That was
And
inside.
that's inside. He's running the count now to 2-1. He's averaged 3 innings an outing, so he may be approaching his limit.
Is there someone warming up as well? Yep.
There is somebody warming up now. There's a hard hit ball. Here comes 1 run. And Rivera delivers. RBI single for Rivera. That's his 2nd hit of the game. So that makes it a 1-run ball game now, as Rosario came around to score after his double. And Burris now on second base, and that brings up Drengwitz. He had a sacrifice bunt. I'm sorry, Burgess. I think I said Burris. And curveball does not really break. Stayed inside. So he's now down on the count, 2 balls, no strikes. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Fastball, strike. Drengwitz had a. Ooh, he's hit by a pitch.
This is at least the 3rd person hit by a pitch now, yeah?
4th.
4th?
Krinsky twice, maybe 3rd.
Andy got hit as well, so it would be 4. Or 3 people, but 4 different times. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rivera got hit by a pitch in the 1st inning.
Yep.
Yeah, and came around to score. Well, they're going to have to make a change now because this is the 2nd visit to the mound in the inning.
Yep.
So, they don't have any choice. Metivier did a nice job. He
did.
Until this inning. Struggled a little bit in this inning. But he definitely settled things down after a rough start by Schmitz. So we'll see who is coming in here for the Lakers. It's now a 1-run ball game. Raptors have runners on 2nd and 3rd. And 1st. Bases are loaded. And Krinsky, who has been hit by the pitch twice, is coming up. First time up, he got hit between the numbers. Second time up, he got hit on the forearm. What'll it be this time? Thigh? Shoulder?
He's going to need an ice bath after this, not just an ice pack.
He's, of course, he's also like 18 or 19. So, he's, he just rubs a little dirt on it. And all right, so in now for the Lakers is actually a guy who pitched yesterday for them, Alfonso Westbrook. He pitched 3 innings yesterday against Westmoreland and actually picked up the save. So
Okay.
it's relievers are notorious for having rubber arms.
Yeah.
But I am a little bit surprised after he pitched 3 innings yesterday that he's back out there today. But I think it also underscores the importance of this game.
Yeah.
He pitched very well yesterday. So He's had 4 saves on the season. ERA is slightly high, 5.56. He's pitched 22 innings, 22 and 2/3 innings. This is his 14th appearance. 15th appearance. So Kritsky with a big opportunity here. Takes high, ball 2. Bases loaded with Raptors. 1-run ball game. That aerial shot is a beauty.
Yeah, amazing shot.
That's our drone shot.
One of our licensed drone members.
Yes, we have licensed drone members. You have to be licensed.
It's not just a toy, you know.
Yeah, it's not a plaything.
No.
Got to be careful where you fly it. Oh, he swung right through that one. Good. He had a little bit extra on that fastball. And that is ball 4, and that will walk in a run. So Kritsky works his way through a walk, and he'll pick up an RBI with that. And we are now tied as Rivera comes in, Burris comes in to score. Burgess. Will Burgess scores. That's his second score of the game. Second run scored. And that gets away, but not far enough to allow a run to score. Burgess has scored 3 runs today for the Raptors, 2 in the second game and 1 in the first. He's had a very productive day. And this is Mason. Trey Mason, looking for his first hit in the second game. He's 0 for 2.
Wow,
and
what a
he
hit.
skies it to left field, but it looks like the left fielder is under it, and he's got it for the final out. But not before the Raptors put 3 on the board to tie it up at 6-6. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories walk to motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the place. I'm talking one chance at best. Yes, yeah. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go.
And we are back at the Germantown campus of Montgomery College. And the Raptors, as we expected, have made a pitching change. Number 12, Eddie Fry, is now in to pitch for the Raptors. Eddie is 2-1 on the season. He's pitched 25 innings, 11 appearances. He has an ERA of 4.32. And a pretty darn good walk to strikeout ratio. So Eddie is going to see if he can keep the score where it is for the Lakers as we start the 6th inning. Remember, this is a 7-inning game. So Derek Sawyer pitched 5 innings in this game, and he pitched 2 innings. Oh, I'm sorry, we're in the 5th inning. And He pitched 4 innings in the first game and in this game, and 2 innings in the last game. So he gave him 6 innings of work today. And so Eddie Fry back out there to start the 5th. And the Raptors have clawed their way back into it. They fell behind 3-0 in the first. They quickly tied it. But then Garrett chipped away, picked up 3 more runs until the Raptors tied it with 3 in the bottom of the 5th. So that'll bring up Hollenbeck. And Hollenbeck is 1 for 2 with a triple. And he's played a solid shortstop. He did have an error in the first game, however. Fry now quickly ahead, 0-2. And he swings right through that one for strike 3.
What a great start.
He couldn't ask for better.
Here's the replay of that 3rd strike. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. That brings up Lawrence. He's 0 for 1. Popped out and walked.
Throwing some heat.
Eddie Fry is a sophomore out of Lorton, Maryland. That must be Lorton, Virginia. I think that's a typo on my part. Lorton, Virginia.
I was going to ask again, but
as soon as I said it, I said, wait a minute, there's no Lorton, Maryland. And a great catch there. We could not see it. But the left fielder, Rivera, he had a long way to go, but he made the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down. That's where that extra foul ground comes into play. A lot of space over there. And that brings up Chance Ritchie. He's played a nice first base. And he's quickly, he's ahead in the count, 2-1. He didn't like that last call. That's strike 2. That had some nice movement on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they said he didn't swing. Raptors bench does not agree.
Oh.
That was borderline.
Okay. Good call by the ump.
Yep, I think he did hold back. He almost went. It's amazing he didn't.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wait.
Boy, that was a nice looking pitch.
Oh, I thought that was a...
And Richie flipped that bat like he knew it was a ball all the way. And
that was a bit high, okay.
The Raptors might take note of that bat flip. So that brings up Batista, and he fouls it back out of play. Richie on first. It's his second time on base. He's on through an error. And that nice play there by Banks. Going outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And we were talking to the umpire before the O'Shea, the home plate umpire, before the game, and he said the high pitches are the toughest ones for him to call. There's a fly ball to deep left, and it is gone. Wait a minute.
Double.
It bounced
Ground rule
over.
double. Yep.
It bounced over.
Yeah.
Held up his arms for the ground rule double.
There's
Boy,
a replay.
I think that shows you.
Wow.
That shows you how hard this field is.
Yeah.
Because normally a ball like that does not bounce over the fence. This is not a low fence out here, folks. It's an 8-foot fence, 8-foot fence. But even though we had a little bit of rain today, that was the first rain of any consequence in this area in well over 2 weeks. So the field is firm. And the Raptors, they may have lucked out with that ground rule double because Richie was going to score for sure. So that brings up the top of the order.
It's crucial.
Yeah, this is real crucial, and this is one of their, he's 2 for 3, Roten. Very dangerous hitter.
Let's see what he can do right here. Oh!
And he swung at strike 3, but it gets away from Burns, and the run scores. So that is a strikeout, but a pass ball. And a run scores, and that's Richie. There's a Kendo, who's had quite the game. Had a double and an RBI in the first and a 2-run homer in the second. And
a stolen base.
Roten just coasted into second as the Raptors did not want to try throwing him out with a Kendo just 90 feet away. I'm sorry, that's not a Kendo. That's Batista. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 run in. There's a ground ball to short. Gathers it. Good throw for the out. So the Raptors do limit the damage, but they do allow a run. And with that run, Garrett takes the lead 7-6 going into the bottom of the 5th. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Career success starts at Montgomery College. At MC, you can prepare for a rewarding career in these exciting fields. And if your goal is earning a bachelor's degree, starting at MC is a smart choice. MC's award-winning team supports you every step of the way, with advising, tutoring, and career preparation to help you make your move. Join the thousands that are getting the education they need to succeed at Montgomery College.
And we are back. Another beautiful drone shot here over the Windy Hill Field here on the Germantown campus of Montgomery College. Really puts you in, there's the Germantown Road out there. There have been many of the home run hit out there, Andre.
Oh, maybe a couple windows been shattered on the way.
The Raptors have hit more than their share out there. So, we are back at it. Beautiful shot. Boy, I could look at that all day. So Alfonso Westbrook is back out there for his second inning of work. And he came on to finish out the bottom of the fourth in relief. And Burns is leading off for the Raptors. He fouls it out of play on the right-hand side. There's a fly ball to deep center, but Roten is there to gather it in for the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down. And that brings up Matt Kaiafa. He's walked and grounded to first. Takes it inside for a ball. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Again, this will be a 7-inning game. Of course, there are other possibilities there, but it is scheduled as a 7-inning game. We had 2 rain delays in the first game. If you're just joining us, the Raptors won that one 7-1. And there's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. So at the present moment, the Raptors are a half game ahead of the Garrett team in the NJCAA Region 20 D2 standings. And those are the most important standings right now because they will determine playoff seeding, whether you get a bye or not.
Do you want to maybe break down the how that kind of works, the seedings, and what kind of goes on with the playoffs?
Yeah, let's break that down. So 8 teams make there's a liner to left. It's in there, and they're going to hold him to a single. But a nice piece of hitting there by Matt Kaiafa. So that's his first hit of the game. So anyway, 8 teams make the postseason, and there are 14 or 15 teams in D2 in Region 20. Of course, the Raptors and Garrett are 2 of those teams. The teams that finished in first and second place get an automatic bye directly into the Final Four of the region.
Mm-hmm.
The teams that finish third and fourth will host 2 play-in games. There's a fly ball to deep left field. And it is gone. McDonald with his second home run of the game. A 2-home run game for Will McDonald. And that puts the Raptors on top 8-7. And that was a no doubt about it crank. The Raptors bench is celebrating. Boy, what a piece of hitting by Will McDonald. That's his 3rd home run of the season, his 2nd of the game. What a game for Will McDonald.
And that was a crucial home run as well because now the Raptors are in front 8-7.
8-7. Anyway, back to the playoff picture. So the teams that finish in third and fourth will host 2 play-in games.
Mm-hmm.
They get a bye for the first of those 2, and then they play the winner of the first play-in game in the second play-in game. Should they win that, then they would go to the Final Four. The teams that finish 5, 6, 7, and 8 have to play both play-in games. So they have to win 2 play-in games in order to make it to the Final Four.
Okay.
And they have to play both those games in the same day.
Oh, that is a lot.
Yeah. So there's a real advantage to hosting a play-in game, or 2 play-in games actually. And you only have to play in one of those, and you only have to win that in order to get to the Final Four. So that was a big home run by Will McDonald. Puts the Raptors on top. And Burgess now up, Will Burgess. And he walks. That's his second walk of the game. And that'll bring up Rivera. Two outs now. So Matt Kaiafa with the single, and then immediately Will McDonald comes up and just absolutely parks one out to left field. The left fielder hardly moved.
Yeah, he saw that one and was like, you know what? That's gone.
That is gone. It's all over but the shout. So this brings up Rivera. And he had a single and an RBI his last time up. He's actually had 2 hits in this game. His last 2 times up, he's singled. And Burgess is on first. Ooh. That's what we call chin music. That was coming right at his head. And he had something on it. That was a serious attempt at a pickoff there. Westbrook was not playing around. That's in the dirt, and Burgess will coast into second. He might even think about third. That's a wild pitch. Another beautiful drone shot. Jonathan Padgett, the catcher for Garrett, had no chance on that one. Rivera swung through that ball. That was out of the strike zone. But he went chasing. Our friend the Big B is back.
Let's hopefully make sure he's not our friend.
That's true. And he walks him. So that puts Rivera on and brings up Dringwitz. Dringwitz came in for the injured Van Rosenbaum, and we're going to get a little visit to the mound here. Again, Westbrook pitched yesterday, and they're bringing him out. There was no conversation there.
Nope.
I think probably the shorthand there is when the manager comes out, it's not for a friendly visit.
Yeah, especially for like the second or third time.
Right. When the pitching coach comes out, it's usually for a conversation, maybe about mechanics, how you feeling, why aren't you using your curveball more, et cetera, but no, when the manager comes out, it's time to give me the ball, see you later. And big number 33 is now in, and this is a large man. Ethan Siebold. And Ethan Has made 10 appearances this year, all in relief. He's pitched 21 innings. He has 1 win, no losses, and he has an ERA of 6.33. He's walked 7 and struck out 7. He's allowed 32 hits and 23 runs in 21 innings. So we're starting to, what you're seeing here, Andre, is the Raptors are starting to get into the bullpen now a little bit of Garrett. They're really testing the pitching depth.
Yeah, see how
of Garrett.
This could be in favor of MC, but also could be in favor of Garrett, depending on how well or how good their pitching rotation is.
Yeah. Now coming into it, just kind of looking at the overall stats, Garrett has a higher team ERA than the Raptors. They've allowed more runs and hits this season than the Raptors. And what really jumped out at me is that as a pitching staff, they have walked more players than they have struck out.
Huh.
And that is not something you ever want to see.
Not at all.
And that's his first pitch is in there for a strike. And there's a pop-up, out of play. So Joe Dringwitz is up. And that's something else you do as a Raptors player. You go chase the foul balls. And that is strike 3. So, after 5 complete innings of play, the Raptors find themselves on top 8-7. We'll be right back.
They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy.
All right, we are back, and Eddie Fry still out on the mound for the Raptors to start the 6th. Again, this should be a 7-inning game, barring unforeseen difficulties. And this will be Fry's 2nd inning of work. Raptors right now just took the lead in the last inning thanks to a 2-run homer by Will McDonald.
Which was his 2nd, right?
His 2nd home run of the game. So Eddie Fry going to see if he can keep the Raptors in front here. And Schmitz is leading off. Schmitz was actually the starting pitcher in this game for Garrett, but he didn't make it through the 1st inning. He's 1 for 3 in the 2nd game. strike right down Broadway. He's ahead in the count. Ground ball right back to Fry. Over to first for the out. One up, one down.
Just like that.
And that'll bring up Cannell. Cannell had a double in the first inning to score a run, and then he later scored himself. And then he had a double in the fourth. So he's been a bit of a bother here for the Raptors. Take strike one. And strike two. Now you may notice that Eddie Fry looks at his wrist before he throws a pitch. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second. The Raptors, all the Raptors are wearing watches, and this has been sanctioned, of course, by the NJCAA. It's nothing. And there's strike three. It gets away. Throw to first for the out. So there is a small controller in the dugout, and this way the coaches can send signals out to the players before every pitch. So that way the infielders know what the pitch is. Of course, the catcher and the pitcher know what the pitch is. They can also signal them to that it's going to be a fastball in, a fastball out, a curveball in, a curveball down, and that way fielders know how to shade themselves. And it's a very useful tool. And Dan Rasher was telling me he really loves it. He thinks it speeds up the game. Ooh, there was a nasty curve. Boy, that thing had some movement.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Padgett did a little bit of a, yeah.
I mean, it looked like it was going to be a ball, and then last second just.
Oh, man. And there's another one.
Oh, wow. He is throwing that curveball.
Yes, he is. But he said it makes the game go faster. Oh, he just missed with another curve. I don't think Padgett has a clue on that curve. He thinks it makes the game go faster, and plus, he's not worried about people stealing signals anymore.
Yep.
Which is a common problem in baseball. He fouls that curve off. Two outs, nobody on. And he pops it up. Right to second base. Dringwitz gathers it in easily for the third out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Eddie Fry. And he's got to be happy about that.
Yeah, he's been solid ever since he stepped on the mound.
He really has. He's calmed things down. We're going to stay right here. And Garrett, of course, is wearing the same thing. They're not wearing theirs on their wrist. They're wearing theirs on their belt. And it's a little bit different. It's paper, so I'm not quite sure.
It almost looks like a quarterback's kind of, wrist type of plays. Oh, yeah.
So apparently this paper that they have has a sequence of numbers on it, and then he flashed the numbers to them. They know what to do with it. Somebody calls out the numbers and they know what to do. We have a Raptor here in the booth with us, and he's giving us all the inside info. Much appreciated.
3 for 5.
So anyway, we are set to start the bottom of the 6th. Raptors would love nothing better than to tack on a run or two here to give themselves a little more breathing space going into the 7th. And starts him out with a ball way outside. So once again, Ethan Siebold is out on the mound. So he begins his 2nd inning of work. And Kritzky is leading off. Kritzky, he's been hit by a pitch twice, and he walked with the bases loaded. So he's been on all 3 times with an RBI, but no official at-bats. Oh, swings through that one. Got a little piece of it, but that evens the count at 2. He hits it out into left, and it drops.
Perfect hit.
Perfectly placed. Like a nice 9-iron. Perfectly placed. So leadoff man is on for the Raptors, and they're going to put in a pinch runner because, as we told you earlier, Kritzky has a bit of a bad ankle. So in to run for him is number 30, Adrian Falcon.
So bad ankle and got hit by the pitch twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he starts the inning out with a base hit. That brings up Mason. Mason is 0 for 3 in this one. He's looking for his first hit. This would be a perfect opportunity right here. Infield is in. He bunts. They got to go to first. And they get him, but he laid down a perfect bunt to move the runner up. And that'll bring up Matt Kayafa. I'm sorry, Burns is up. Oh, we've got a pinch hitter for Burns. It's number 3, Anton Parmack. He takes strike 1. Parmack is a sophomore from North Potomac. And he's quickly behind 0-2. He did not like that call.
Yeah, that was a close one. I mean, it almost looked like he held up, but
got a piece of it, but the catcher holds on for strike 3. And now Matt Kayafa is up. He had a single to left his last time up. 2 outs, runner on second. Raptors would love to get him in. That's Adrian Falcon, who is running way outside. So Seabold trying to work his way out of trouble. Inside and low. Falls behind, 2 balls, 1 strike. Will McDonald on deck. And boy, has he done some damage today. Inside.
He's getting close with those pitches.
Runs the count to 3-1. I'm guessing he's taken here unless he paints one right down the middle and he can't resist. And he walked him. That was high. So Caiafa picks up an important base on balls, puts runners on first and second now for Will McDonald, who has 2 home runs here in this game. A solo shot and a 2-run shot in back-to-back innings. Oh, slider right in there. He went fishing. Swung at ball 1. Little anxious. Big moment here. But Seabold way ahead in the count, 0-2. 2 outs, 2 on. Pickoff play.
He's good. He's safe.
Back easily. Throw was offline. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 on for the Raptors. Will McDonald up. High. That evens the count at 2. Here it comes. Gets a piece of it, stays alive. He fouled off an awfully good pitch there. That looked like strike 3. But McDonald managed to get a piece of it, stay alive. Way outside. Oh!
Oh, wow.
Wow is right. Okay. We're going to take a quick look at it.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's off the plate. That's off the plate.
Yeah.
So, regardless, that is the 3rd out of the inning. And so we go to the top of the 7th with the Raptors clinging to a 1-run lead. Tell you what, Andre, this is going to be a nail biter of an inning.
Oh,
here.
yeah. This is it right here. I mean, this is what you kind of live for as a player. Obviously, you want to be up more than this, but when it does come down to the wire, this is where you step up and do your thing.
Yep, this is it. And Eddie Fry has done well.
Yes.
For the Raptors. He's pitched 2 strong innings. And from the looks of his warm-ups, he's ready to go. Raftis now back in at catcher for Burns. Raftis played in the first game. Had a very good first game for the Raptors, including a huge 2-out single in the 3rd inning. 2-out, 2-run single to put the Raptors ahead. So here we go. And that brings up the shortstop, Zachary Hallenbeck. He's had a fielder's choice. He's tripled. And he's also struck out. So he's 1 for 3. Of course, his job is to somehow, some way get on base.
Yeah. They're going to need it because if they get 3 outs here without scoring, MC wins this game.
Fouls off the curveball. Head in the count. Oh, struck him out with that curve. Man, what a pitch. Wow. That curveball is working for him.
Yeah, look at that replay. It's amazing.
And that brings up a pinch hitter, Tristan Kenzovich for Lawrence. Strike 2, so he's quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes on Kenzovich.
Yeah, he's painting the corners with these pitches.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And strike 3. He just threw it right by him. Swinging strike. And that brings up Chance Ritchie, and this is the last chance here for Garrett.
Chance with the last chance.
And there is strike 1.
He's throwing heat.
Eddie Fry is a man on a mission out there right now. That's a little bit low. A lot of spin on it. Oh, boy, I'm not sure about that call.
Yeah, that getting close.
I don't want to be picky here, but Don? Don, do you hear us? Ground ball to short.
And
easy play for the third out. And the Raptors take a double header.
Yeah, and way to close it out.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Eddie Fry came in and shut them down.
He really did his thing today.
He really did. 4 Ks in 4 Ks in 3 innings of work in relief of Derek Sawyer, who pitched very well for the Raptors. So the Raptors, I tell you what, coming in, I thought, all right, a sweep would be beautiful.
Of course.
But it realistically, Garrett is a very good team.
Yeah.
Can you really sweep them? Well, they did. So the Raptors do exactly what they hoped would happen. They take a doubleheader from Garrett, and now the Raptors are solidly in 3rd place in the Region 20 Division II standings. They have a chance to vault into 2nd, and they have a chance to get a bye all the way to the Final 4. But they are sitting real pretty right now. Granted, they still have 4 games to go, but they are sitting pretty here with 4 games to go for certainly hosting one of those play-in weekends.
Yeah.
So-
Destiny is in their hands. They just got to do what they got to do what they know, do what the coach tells them, and they're going to be sitting pretty.
Well, 9 hits for the Raptors in this one. The hitting star of this game has to be Will McDonald. He had 2 home runs. So once again, from the Germantown campus of Montgomery College, for everybody on the hardworking and very soaking wet Montgomery College production team, we want to thank you for joining us as the Raptors take them both 7-1 in the opener, 8-7 in the nightcap. Thanks so much for watching MCTV Baseball.
I belong at MC because my journey started here.